Oh my. Let's see. So the struggle is real, everyone. So welcome to the show tonight. And I think that Nick is going to be late. And of course, tonight would be the night that Nick is late just because, well, you know what day it is, everyone. I I feel like even if I gave Nick a guess, he wouldn't know what it is anyway, because this isn't a day that he needs a special day for. But today is National Be Late for Something Day. Can you believe that on this day where Nick should have been on time, that he's not, as usual? So here we are, and Nick is late. I'm going to drink to that. Oh, oh wow. That's absolutely delicious. So now let me just say something else. Well, I am here for the record that Nick is always late. As far as I've ever known him, is late. And I know people like myself who have waited 2.5 hours for Nick when Nick is late. And that's not on just National Be Late for Something Day. That's an average, ordinary day for Nick. So let me tell you something. Did you all know that there is also a National Procrastinators Club of America? So that is true. And some people actually believe, who are in this procrastinators club, that there are some positive things to being late. And you know what it is? It is that if you are late for something, then maybe you sort of avoided the bullet, and in that way that saying goes, that maybe something happened, like people were volunteering for you to do something at work, but you know what, you weren't there, so you couldn't be volunteered. So what do? You dodged the bullet. You didn't have to volunteer. That's what these procrastinators think. But you know what? You know what I want to say right now to people like Nick? I want to say, I'm going to sign you up for every single thing when you're not there, just so that you will learn your lesson about being late. And I don't buy your argument one bit. Now, if you're listening in the audience tonight and you agree with me that Nick should be on time and that his tardiness has been overkill for years and years and years now, then just say something in the chat, such as, I volunteer Nick to eat 500 spiders live on the show at 10:30 tonight if he actually shows up. And then that will maybe show him a lesson, because if he were on time, he would not have been volunteered to eat 30 spiders live on the show tonight. That's just my opinion, everyone. And I'm sticking to it. I might not actually stick to it. I might actually make it 90 spiders or 100 spiders, but it is what it is. This is delicious. I'm not referring to the coffee mug. I'm referring to the coffee inside of it. And this is my infamous, I survived another meeting that should have been an email mug. And maybe, you know what I went to with Nick yesterday could have been an email. I went to a golf tournament with Nick yesterday. Maybe that golf tournament, that meeting there could have been an email. You know, they just say like battle it out. You won last year, so why don't we just report you as the winner this year? Like, how many strokes down do you want to be listed so that it doesn't look too bad for you? Maybe that's how it should be. Like, what if golf tournaments were actually done that way? Does anyone actually think that's a good idea? Audience, if you're listening and you think that that's a good idea, just say something, because why not? Why not? Oh, this is delicious. Oh my. And maybe, just maybe, if all of these people who are late would have had nice iced coffee like what's in my mug right now, then they wouldn't have been late. That's my opinion about all of this. So Nick is late. Right, you know what else? While I'm choking here on the coffee. You know what else? I don't know if I've actually shown this on the show before, but I have a seal here. Can everyone see the seal? I feel like this is sort of an interesting thing here, but I'm really wondering if anyone in the audience can tell me what this green thing is growing out of the seal's head. I've been wondering since I've gotten the seal what this green thing is, but I have no idea. So if anyone knows, I like to know. If it is something funny, then even better. But if not, oh well. Oh well. So let me tell you some jokes, since Nick is probably going to be late with the jokes too. So let's see. So I have some good ones for you. I honestly definitely will tell you that these jokes are some of the best I have ever heard in my life. So they're so good that I think you'll really like them. So has anyone heard about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? Now, as a mathematician here, I can't say that I certify this joke as being funny, but I think that the average audience might actually get maybe a little chuckle out of it, at least more than Nick would if he were here. So, did you hear about the mathematician who's afraid of negative numbers? Well, he said he'll stop at nothing to avoid them. Oh my. I think that's pretty good, right? So I will say that I do like acting and going to shows and things like that. So, has anyone ever thought about why do we tell actors to break a leg? Well, it's because every play has a cast. Oh my. I don't really know what that means here. I feel like it's just, if you didn't like that one, I have another math joke for you. So how many times can you subtract 10 from 100? Well, that would be only once, because the next time you would be subtracting 10 from 90. I don't know what's going on. Like, this is actually what happens, I guess, when Nick is late. So I have good news. The AV team is not late tonight. and they are exactly on time, whether Nick is late or not. So here we are. Oh no. Oh no, this isn't like one of those things where, like I remember the good olden days of TV and everything. Maybe that makes me old, but that's okay. I will admit to being somewhat old. But around Labor Day and all of the summer holidays, when baked beans would be served, there would be that dog that came on the TV in the Bush's baked beans commercials, and you would hear roll that beautiful bean footage. Weren't those the good golden days of television? Like when you got to roll that beautiful bean footage. Well, this isn't any beautiful bean footage here, but I will say that it is well, I mean, what can I say? You'll like this. I promise. If you're watching and you made it this far in the show tonight without Nick ruining it for you, then you'll enjoy this. So roll the cheese pizza credits. Unbelievable. Oh my. The struggle is real. Yikes.
Welcome to Funny is Part of My Name, a podcast about math and Korean culture with a side of humor.
Pizza right
For
now.
more information about our podcast, please visit our website at www.funnypodcast.detroit.com.
This is unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Angela said, identify yourself if you're watching. Actually, I don't think it was exactly like that, but identify yourself.
앤드 나우디어 아이오 호스트 프로페서 풍찬 앤드니 하하하.
Oh my.
I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me be me and I'll stay out of your...
Well, what can I say here? It's one of these days where the AV team came to work on a holiday and Nick didn't even show up. The struggle is real. What can I say? The struggle is real, is all I can say for Nick. And Nick is, well, should I say it? Like, Nick is just sick. Nick is sick. Well, or maybe I'm sick of Nick, or maybe Nick is sick of himself. Who knows? Like, I couldn't tell you because I can't ask him because Nick is late. Maybe I should do everything in the first half of the show today that Nick wanted to talk about during today's show. Maybe that's what I should do, right? I mean, just ruin it for Nick. Who agrees with me now? You don't have to agree with me, but oh my. I'm being choked up right now. So now what I will say is that I do want to show something that I do want to show something that has been on my mind for a while that I just really have thought about, and no one really realized how like important it was to my childhood. So let's see. So what was it called? Oh, there it was. Sorry. So now people from the Flint, Michigan area growing up, I think will understand my like obsession with the whole thing that I'm going to be like showing here in 1 second, but I was actually trying to see if I could find it faster than what my computer was showing me. But here it is. So I want to show everyone part of my childhood and one of my favorite parts of my childhood. And if this is copyrighted, oh well. You know, like it is what it is, right? So here's one of my favorite parts of my childhood. So audience, are you ready for this? Well, you know what? Even if you're not, that's okay. I think that you'll love this. So Angela, I know Angela is listening tonight, so I think that you'll enjoy this, but you never know. So here it is, everyone. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I don't think that you can hear this because there's some fake news going on here. That's all I can say. I feel like there's some fake news going on here that you might not be able to actually hear this. So the struggle is real. The AV team is going on strike, but that's okay. So here we are.
Bargains and 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 bargains galore. We've got discounts and rebates and cashbacks and markdowns and rollbacks and price cuts and closeouts and freebies and coupons and savings. The closest to wholesale, we're ABC Warehouse and not just a store.
Get this Magnavox 13-inch remote control color TV now just $162 or less, plus we pay the sales tax.
Prices are lower at ABC Warehouse because we are a warehouse and not just a store. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Does anyone else remember those ABC Warehouse ads? I'm just curious. You know, does anyone else remember those ads? Or am I just like am I just the only person who actually believes that those ads are as good as they really are? And why is it playing in the background again tonight? I have no idea. I feel like that ad scared away half of the audience tonight. Oh, well. Oh, well. I mean, if you didn't like that and you wanted to just discredit my childhood of I don't know, like my childhood full of TV jingles, then so be it. I like them, but maybe I'm the only one. I also like the one where Gordy was like a dancing leprechaun. You know, he was a dancing leprechaun during those ads. I can't do as good as he did, but oh well. That's what I can say. But back to my point, while Nick is late, I will say that on National Cheese Pizza Day, I have cheese pizza with pepperoni. Now you might be thinking, you know, this is not cheese pizza, it's pepperoni pizza. But I disagree. Because if I wanted to get my pepperoni pizza without cheese, I could have. What if you got a cheese pizza without cheese? Would that be wrong? So let me just for the record put that question out there for you, but here we are. Oh, this is delicious. Oh my. Oh my. The struggle is real. Oh, this is delicious. Well, everyone should just go get pizza. That's all I can say. Go get pizza right now. You deserve it. You deserve cheese pizza. You deserve pepperoni pizza. You deserve any sort of pizza that your heart desires. Isn't that great news? I mean, I really feel like that is excellent news. All right. So, wait a second. I think Nick is late. So, I You know what? I wouldn't necessarily say this is good news for the audience that Nick has arrived, but maybe it is. Maybe
Bad.
it is.
Bad
I
news.
mean, it might be.
Oh.
It might be good news. Who knows?
Okay. All right. All right.
You know,
Well,
like I can't actually vouch for it one way or another.
no.
But no, I can't. I cannot vouch for it one way or another. All I can say is that it could be something good or it could be something bad that is in the future.
Oh wow.
So now I have great news for the audience, though. This
Oh, wow.
means it is time for another break.
Another one. How many have we had so far?
Well, Nick, you wouldn't know because you were late.
That's true.
So no one give it away. You know, audience, don't give it away because we don't want that sort of negativity, you know? So here it is, everyone. This is actual footage of what Nick looked like on his way to the show tonight. I have it right now. So here it is.
I can see the way you look at me, I'm such a disgrace.
Oh, wow.
I never really asked to be brought
Late.
into this place. You wanna love me? Well then baby, have a
It's
taste. All the
actual
highs
footage.
and the lows, no, you'll never be the same. I don't really wanna hurt you, but I
actually,
can't
that
control
looks
the
more
pain.
like
If
it.
you're sticking by my side,
better.
baby, we could be okay. Okay.
Yeah, that
okay,
looks like
maybe
it.
you could be the change I need today.
Oh yeah, I can see Nick like slamming on the horn like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Choose to stay through all.
I don't know how you can even drive with your head down like that on the steering wheel, but okay.
Good question. Good question.
Yep, actual footage here. And then even
Yeah.
had to catch a plane on the
Wow.
way back.
I didn't realize I was at the airport today.
Yeah, that's how late you were, Nick.
Wow. Where did I go?
I don't know. Only time will tell, Nick.
Okay.
Oh my. The struggle is
Oh.
real.
I can see that.
Well, you were late, Nick.
Yeah. Well, what can I say?
What can you say?
I don't
Angela
know.
said 102. I don't actually know what that means, but that's okay. Oh, yeah. You were 102 days late, Nick.
102 days late for what?
The show.
Today's show, I was 102 days late.
Yeah.
Can you explain that logic?
Well, Nick. Well, I will say that I heard about a bear that walked into a bar the other day, and the
Oh.
bear said, now imagine it, Nick, if bears could talk, the bear said, give me a whiskey and cola. And
The
then
Bears give me a whiskey and okay.
the bartender said, why the big pause? And the bear shrugged and said, I'm not sure I was born with them.
Oh, okay. It's clever. That's clever.
Oh yeah, it certainly is, Nick.
Okay.
So
Very good.
that's all I can say.
Is that all? I wish that was all.
Well, no, I mean,
Clearly it's not
I-
all. It's not all
I
because you're still
could-
going.
I could also tell you about the actor who fell through some floorboards.
Oh,
And do-
all
what,
right.
do you want
all
to
right.
know about him, Nick?
Sure.
He was just going through a stage.
Oh, very good.
Oh yeah, isn't that nice, Nick? Yeah, that's
I mean,
really
I don't. Yeah, I mean, as long as no one was injured.
well. I mean, I can't guarantee it.
Well, okay. Well,
I mean, like I will say that at least if somebody were injured, the workman's comp.
I hope so. It's something.
Yeah, so I mean, that's the good news, right?
Okay. That's the good. What's the bad news?
Well, I mean, I can't say anything except that there was workman's comp.
Oh, all right.
I mean, that's always good news, right? I mean, wouldn't you want to have workman's comp, Nick?
No, because I don't want to get injured.
Have you ever had to collect on workman's comp, Nick?
I can't disclose that.
Well, you know what? I can. I can disclose it for myself and
Oh.
say that workman's comp is a wonderful thing. And I'm happy that I have it available to me if I were to need it.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yep. I absolutely agree with that, Nick.
Okay. I'm glad you agree with yourself. That's good. Uh-oh, he has his sound off. We can't hear him. We cannot hear anything you're saying, John. I think he's. Oh,
you-
now you're okay.
You caused some problems here, Nick.
Yeah, I can tell.
I could tell that you've been here to like wreak havoc on everything, but that's okay.
All right. As long as it's okay.
So now I will say that there has been a challenge from a listener in the chat tonight, and you have been challenged to eat 102 chili peppers in 1 minute.
Oh, wow.
So are you ready, Nick?
How many?
102.
I don't know if I could eat 102 of anything other than maybe like rice kernels in 1 minute.
So are you going to, are you telling me that you can count the 102 grains of rice in under a minute?
Wait, eat them or count them? I mean, that's two different actions.
Well, I mean, like you would have to count them as they're going into your mouth to make sure that you actually ate that many.
Well, what if I count beforehand and I just put them all in my mouth at one time?
Well, no, that's breaking the rules.
Well, you didn't tell me the rules.
No. Those are the rules. Everyone knows that about eating competition.
Oh. Well,
Yep,
wait,
that-
can you be the judge? And you can keep track for me.
Well, you know what? I'm not so sure.
Okay, I wasn't sure either.
But I will say you missed a great first half of the show, Nick.
Well, I was here for part of the first half.
I don't think so, but
Oh,
you know
all
what?
right. Who's keeping track anyway?
I do have a great meme I saw on the internet today, and this one is especially for our listener Angela.
Okay.
So, well, I was going to show this to Angela earlier and I forgot. So, what do you think about this one, Nick?
I don't think that's how you're supposed to use the stove, but if it works, it works.
Well, you want to know what, Nick? That's okay.
Yeah, it's not my stove.
That's
so it's
okay.
fine.
But you know how I keep my stove so clean? I don't do stuff like this.
Okay, that's good. I'm glad to hear that.
So anyone who might have a dirty stove, step number one, make sure you're not doing something like this.
I agree with that.
So there you go. So I would like to actually just I have no idea. I have
Oh.
no idea what's going on right now. So you know what, Angela? I'm sending you a picture right now and you can forward it to the appropriate parties because I am struggling right now. And so, well, this was from earlier today, Nick.
Very good. Very good.
Look at
Very
all
good.
the fun you missed out on.
Can't do everything.
Well, I mean, what can you do, Nick? I mean, if you can't go and see this, what can you do?
Something else.
I will say that they played one of my favorite songs at Arts Beats and Eats, where this picture was taken today.
Okay, that's good.
So, have you ever been to Arts Beats and Eats, Nick?
Yeah.
Really? I mean, like I'm actually kind of like surprised that you have.
Oh, okay.
So what was your opinion of it?
It was good. It was good. I mean, it was quite a while ago. It was before I knew you, but it's good.
Well, that's okay. So would you
Good.
like to actually hear my favorite song of the day from Arts Beats and Eats?
Yes.
All right, so here it is. So I don't actually know. Like, I don't feel like you can actually hear this, but what can I say? Like, I feel like there might be some issues if that's okay. So let's just play the song right now. So here we are. Do you know this one, Nick?
I don't think so, but let me hear it.
Well, apparently something's not working quite right.
Like
There
at
we go.
Palladium Lanes, they'd all be bringing
Does
their
this sound
rides
familiar,
and
Nick?
It does
And
sound
their
familiar,
number
but not with the same lyrics.
all bushy blonde hair, bowling USA.
Do you like bowling, Nick?
Yeah, they'll be
I love
bowling
bowling.
in Frisco, down in FLA.
Yeah, this is a great song, isn't it? About bowling in the USA.
California, way down in
Yeah, I think so. I can never get enough of this song.
Everybody's
This is a great song. Don't you think?
Bowling USA.
Bowling USA.
I'm
Very
getting
good,
my
very
new
good.
Bond thrill.
Yeah,
I'm getting it back real
I like this. I mean, I need to get this
They're
actual
waxing down
record.
the alley. They can't
I'm sure I
wait
can
for
find it.
truth.
I think so.
I'm watching Beat the Chain
I think that
down. You can't
The
tear me
audience
away.
actually deserves to like see me with that record in my hand. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, I do agree.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, I feel like if I did not agree with that, then I would be perpetuating a bunch of fake news.
Okay,
Now, you want to see what else you missed out on
sure.
today, Nick? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like I'll give you two guesses at what this is.
Okay.
I don't actually know why this is so small, but why is this so small?
I don't know, but I need to see it larger.
Well, I there's a bit of a problem here, Nick. I feel
I
like,
can tell. Oh, there we go.
you
Okay.
see it? It's
Yeah. Oh, what is that? It looks pretty good.
Oh, it was very good. Actually, this picture probably a little higher quality.
Oh, there we go. What is that? It's,
Can you tell what that is, Nick?
some kind of chowder or soup?
Oh my. Close enough, but still wrong.
Oh, all
It
right.
was, chicken and corn chowder.
Oh, very good. Okay.
So even on a hot day like today, I wanted some vegetables in my life.
Good,
So I
good.
had it in the form of a chowder.
Oh, I'm glad. It sounds like that worked out.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Hey,
Yeah.
and there was even poutine at lunch.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and just because they liked me so much, they gave me the bacon complimentary. Here it
Oh.
is.
Wow.
So doesn't that poutine look good, Nick? Look
It
what you
does.
missed out on.
Yeah. Well, hey, you can't
You know,
have
the
everything.
bacon right there, the cheese curds. Oh my. And there was
Wow.
even lemonade with alcohol in it.
Now, was this the same place that you ate the chowder?
It sure was.
Okay. All right. Now we're talking. It's quite a meal.
Yeah. Quite a meal. Yes, quite a meal.
Okay.
And you missed out. I can't believe this.
Well, hey, can't do it all.
No, you really can't do it all. I mean, except for some people like me. It only takes, a few special people like myself to just do it all, Nick.
You are one of a kind.
Yeah, and you want to know what? I think I will show you one more impressive thing, and I don't think that you'll be very impressed, but our audience might be. So
Okay.
I did see the winner of this year's Michigan State Fair Giant Pumpkin Contest. So how many pounds do you think this year's winner was, Nick?
Hmm.
And I did
400
say pounds.
Yeah. Yep. 450.
Well, oh my, what a joke. Oh my. This is laughable, Nick. It's like you've never seen a pumpkin before in your life.
I-
1,636 pounds.
wow. I was off by a factor of almost
Oh,
4.
actually, yeah, 38 pounds. Well, yeah, I wanted to correct that, but for the record, because my vision is sometimes bad. But
Wow.
anyway,
Impressive.
you were off. But I am a little bit offended, though, that the first place pumpkin at the Michigan State Fair was not grown in Michigan.
Oh, well, that has to be disqualification. I feel. Oh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I mean that's. I can't accept that.
Well, the judges have spoken, Nick,
Oh, I think the judges should be replaced.
and the jury has spoken, Nick.
Oh, wow.
You want to know how I know? Well, time for a break, Nick. It's time
Okay.
for a break. Are you ready for this?
Yeah, a
The
little courtroom
Judges
scene.
have
Okay.
spoken, and the
Yeah.
jury is coming up on their decision right now, Nick. Are you ready for this? It's time for the break.
I'm ready.
Oh my, the struggle is real. At least I think it's quite real.
It could be.
Yeah, I mean, it feels kind of real, doesn't it? Yeah, I mean, it. You know what this is all about, Nick?
I don't. It was very confused. I don't know.
I mean, I feel like that there's a little bit of a problem today, and that's why there were some random, like, cartoon characters standing in part of the footage
Oh,
today, Nick.
okay. All right.
But that's okay. So,
Yeah.
you know what, Nick?
What?
It is, well, I mean, just for you, like I feel like this is a holiday that you like need to know more about. It is National Jury Rights Day.
Oh,
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
I feel like that's important, right?
Yeah, as a juror, you have certain rights. I certainly don't know what they all are.
So, what do you know about Jury Rights Day, Nick?
About the day itself, nothing.
Well, first of all, Nick, I could tell you without knowing anything else that it is celebrated on September 5th every year.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like you could have guessed that one.
Yeah.
And that was a give me, but that's okay, Nick.
Maybe. I don't know. I was thinking maybe it coincided with Labor Day.
Oh, no. But nice
Okay.
try.
All right. Well, thank you.
So then what I will say is that this year marks the 352nd anniversary of the famous case that actually is commemorated by Jury Rights Day.
Oh,
Yeah,
Three-
isn't that
350?
nice?
350, you said?
352.
352. Okay.
So, what I will say that,
Wow, 1670. That's a long time.
yeah,
ago.
that because of this case in 1670, juries have the right to acquit someone by jury nullification.
Okay.
So, do you know what that means?
Well, someone can be acquitted then, so by jury nullification. Well, I guess I don't know what jury nullification means.
Oh my. Well, that's okay, Nick. That's okay.
Oh, good. I'm glad it's okay.
Yeah, so pretty much what this actually is that a jury could choose to enforce what they sort of know is an unjust law.
Okay.
So what is going on then is that the juror's decision, right? I mean, if the jurors make a decision, then that will decide the outcome of the case, right? And then
Right.
that outcome of that case becomes law because it's a precedent for cases like that
Oh.
in the future.
Okay.
So
Okay.
juries have a right to do that, Nick.
Okay.
All right. Angela said she doesn't know anything about this, but she wants to know what your opinion is about golf.
I enjoy it.
Well, you know what? I have a great joke for you, Nick.
Okay. I'm ready.
So are you ready for this?
Yes.
So
Oh boy.
I don't really know if I don't actually know why these really are not, like, I have some golf jokes for you, Nick, but I don't think they're jokes that are a hole in one.
Well,
So I think that's okay, Nick. I will plead the fifth on
good.
golf jokes.
good. Good.
I don't know why this is so funny, but I'm pleading the fifth on golf jokes. So-
It's kind of crafty. I like it.
Now, Nick,
Yeah.
I told you yesterday, so just so that the audience knows. So I think this is what Angela might be referring to. It's that Nick and I went to the Dana Open yesterday. So all I can say is that, you know what? Yeah, Dana was open yesterday because even though there was rain, the tournament went on. Wouldn't you
Did.
agree with that, Nick?
Yes, I do agree that it went on. Yes.
So there we are at the tournament. So, I mean, that's proof that we sort of persevered, right?
I think so. I mean, it wasn't that rough of conditions, but we did make it through.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that. So then here was us, like, following around one of the groups of golfers for part of the day.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's pretty good. And so now I will say that if you really cannot actually tell from there, here is Say Young Kim with her Meta Heel umbrella. So I still want one of those umbrellas, Nick.
I know. You were.
I mean, I guess I should have actually just, you're right. I should have just went for it because there's Say Young with the umbrella again. I feel like half of my pictures are of that umbrella.
Yes. With how enthralled you were with that umbrella. Yeah.
Well, but I will say, like just so that everyone's clear, this was the Dana Open. So here it is. And I think it is kind of clear it was raining a bit, right?
I think it is, yeah.
From that picture.
Yes.
So just so everyone knows, there was golf going on, and I want one of the Meta Heel umbrellas. Yep.
Well,
It's true.
It is, yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Meta Heel, we want you to sponsor the show. So get on it. I use your products all the time, and you could have lots of brand new people who now have their hands and feet and faces and all over their body just smooth as can be because of Meta Heel, and hearing about it through this show.
Okay, that sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, that sounds great, doesn't it, Nick?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, so there you go, everyone.
All
The
right,
golf
very good.
happened.
Very good. It did, yes. I
So
do recall that it did.
do you have any disappointments that you had from yesterday, Nick?
Oh, yeah. I wish the food was a little better.
Well, I mean, what do you expect for a hot dog and a chicken wrap on a golf course, Nick?
I was hoping for a little better, but
I
trying to
meant
say.
about the golf. I mean, were there
Oh
any
no, that was I
disappointments
think
of the field of opponents?
no, I thought it went well. I enjoyed the day. I thought it was a well operated event despite the weather.
Were there any like players who you were a little bit disappointed by their performance, or maybe hope that they would have done a little bit better, like you were expecting something bigger out of them yesterday?
No, I think most of the players that I expected to do well did well. I think there were just some other players that did exceptional, and those were the ones that came out on top.
So, you know what? I will say that for what it's worth, I will say that Say Young was the tied for 13th, and another Korean player was also tied for 13th, and so they were the top two Koreans overall. So, I mean, that's actually, in my opinion, like a good showing to be even in the top. What would you say would be a good showing if you were in their position, Nick? Like the top 25?
Sure, that works.
Or would you say more like top, like even 20?
I feel like with how many Korean players there are on the women's circuit, I feel like a top 10, at least one in the top 10, should be kind of the expectation.
Well, I mean, like when it is. I do feel like it's a little bit difficult when, say, there's 3 players tied for 4th and 3 tied for 7th. 3 tied for 10th, to sort of be in the top 10.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. That I think that it's rigged.
Okay.
Because who is getting -8 on a rainy day and then winning the whole thing yesterday? If it's not rigged.
That's a good question. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I don't know anymore either. But that's okay, Nick.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right.
So I have great news, Nick.
Oh, very good. All right.
So-
I love good
So
news.
at the golf tournament yesterday, I did promise you that I would tell you the list of the $19 store items that give you the best bang for your buck.
Oh, right.
So, Nick, here's the rule of this game.
Okay.
So now I'm going to give you a chance to guess these items. And if you can guess all 19 of them, and I'll give you 3 misses. All right, 3
Okay.
strikes. But if you can guess all 19 of them, then I will buy you all 19 items.
Wow. Okay.
So,
So really, I need to get 16 correct.
well, no, you have to get all 19 right, but you're allowed 3 strikes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, are you ready, Nick?
Sure.
So now, audience, you know what? If any of the audience members tonight can name all 19 items before Nick does, which I'm not so sure Nick will actually name all 19 of them, but
I'm not certain either.
if any of our audience members can name all 19 of them before Nick does, I will buy you all 19 of them also.
Wow.
That's how generous I am tonight, Nick.
Yes, very.
So, Nick, fire away.
All right. Milk.
Are you joking? I don't think that's not even close.
No. All right.
I wouldn't even. You know what? I wouldn't trust milk at the dollar store.
No, me neither. But I know like there's certain ones you can get stuff like that.
Yes, but I would not trust milk at the dollar store. So,
No, nor would I.
So I will say when I say that, because when I say that they're items that give you the best bang for your buck, like I mean like things that people would actually buy there. So, like even if you actually were to buy the milk at the dollar store and it weren't expired or there was nothing wrong with it, my real thought is that you probably would have to throw it away before it did expire. And so therefore you're not getting your best bang for your buck.
Okay, that's fair.
So Nick, that's 1 strike.
All right.
So think
candles.
about things that,
Candles.
that people would always buy at the dollar store. So candles, you said candles.
Yes.
Why do you think candles is on the list?
I feel like candles in a lot of places are very overpriced, and at the dollar store they're probably more fairly priced. I think people who like to burn candles enjoy it and they want to continue doing it, but I think the dollar store is probably a more affordable place to get them.
Oh my, no, candles is not on the list.
Okay, all right. Let's see what else here.
No.
Tableware.
So I will say about the candles that the issue with candles, Nick, is that you must not be a candle person.
I'm not.
Okay, so what I will say is that the candles that are more expensive, that are the soy ones, actually give you the most bang for your buck because of the fact that the scent lingers longer. So you wouldn't be
Okay.
getting those at the dollar store.
Okay.
So like
all right.
real candle burners, get them at the real places. But
Okay, good.
now let me think about this, because I really feel like You said tableware.
Is that not specific enough?
I
All right, I have a more
Okay, give
more
a-
specific answer.
it doesn't necessarily have to be more specific, but I'll let you give a different answer in that same sort of kitchen.
All right, kitchen utensils.
Nope. All right, 3 strikes, you're out, Nick. Nice try.
Oh, all right.
There goes your dollar store shopping spree, Nick, down the
Mm.
drain.
It's all right. It's all right.
Would you like
I'll
to
be
know
okay.
the items?
Yes, please list them off.
So they are now, if you're surprised by any of them, Nick, I would like to know, and I'm sure that our audience would love to see your look of surprise as well.
Okay.
So here they are. So what can I say? You missed greeting cards.
Ooh, okay. All right. That's good. All right.
And I will say that I always generally get my greeting cards at the dollar store. Usually you can even get them 2 for $1. So I mean, I will say that that's, I think that's something that I've always done. Gift bags and tissue paper.
Oh, okay. That kind of goes along with the previous one. All right.
Yeah.
all right.
So I mean that's usually pretty cheap at the dollar store.
And it is
now-
not cheap at the regular store.
Now
Oh,
I
okay,
will
that's a good one.
say that you were on the right track with the candles, but vases. So for people who like having like something nice around the house, like
Okay.
fresh flowers, the vases are nice to get at the dollar store.
Okay.
Because if you have a kid in the house and they break the vase, oh wow, it only cost $1.
Yeah. No, this is a good list so far.
You don't
actually.
want grandma's 90-year-old vase getting broken.
No. All right. What's next?
Now you were also close on the tableware, but it was drinkware.
Okay. All right. I guess.
So,
all right. all right.
Same idea there. You don't want grandpa's like plastic stein getting broken, because that happened to
No.
me one time.
Oh.
But you know what? That's okay,
All right.
because the drinking continued anyway.
Okay. All right.
And picture frames.
Ooh. All right. That's a good one.
Now, I will actually say that if it is a standard size picture frame, I do get it at the dollar store. But if
Okay.
I need like a larger frame, of course, like I will actually not only get it at Michael's, but I will get it custom framed so that they can waterproof it in.
Okay. All
So like, I mean, like if I'm going to spend on a picture frame, I'm really going to spend on the picture frame.
All right.
Otherwise, I'm going to the
Fair.
dollar store.
Okay.
And phone charger cables.
Ooh.
So I will say that I will caution people on this one. These are the types of cables you usually just like keep extra of around, say, because you maybe want to use it in the case you forgot your usual charger. But I would not actually use those on my phone every day, because they just don't charge my phone as fast.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, they're only
So-
$1. And
But it is really, really good. Like, so I have done that, because think about it. And this especially happens to me in LA for some reason. I will be in my rental car right outside of LAX and realize I want to charge my phone in the rental car. The rental car company the last time charged $18.25 for a phone charger. There was a
Wow.
dollar store half a mile away. Guess what I did, Nick? I stopped at the dollar store.
very good.
All right, Nick, we're getting close to the bottom of the list. Tupperware. So you can get cheap reusable containers at the dollar store.
Okay.
dish sponges.
Um,
That's a great
all
place, right?
Yeah, I don't know if really saving that much from the regular
Well,
store,
wait
but
a
okay.
second. No. Like I don't think you understand, Nick, because I I will say that at last check, a 6-pack at the dollar store was $1,
Oh, you get six of
but
them. Okay, all right.
but at Target, the same 6-pack, and this was done by the Today Show, was $4.49.
Oh, wow. All right.
How about
Okay.
helium balloons, Nick?
That's irrelevant to me. I don't buy those Mylar balloons, so
Well,
whatever.
you know what, Nick? You're a party pooper.
That's fine.
Okay, Nick. And how about coffee filters? That's a good one to get at the dollar store.
Here's a question I have. Do they have number one size cone coffee filters there though?
So why are you being so specific?
Because that's the size coffee filter my coffee machine uses.
Well, you know what? I will say, Nick, I have a pack of number one cone filters at home right now that you can have for free because I need to get rid of them.
Wow, thank you so much. Appreciate
And that's
that.
complimentary. Just
Wow.
that's your what do you call it? Your consolation prize tonight, Nick.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you.
And here's the rest of the list.
Okay.
And I'm going to read them as quickly as possible
All right.
because we're out of time. Carpet
Okay,
cleaner, Pine Sol, bleach, a mini dry erase board, a cooling rack for baking and cooking, a hummingbird feeder, a mesh strainer, a mini hand broom and dust pan, a 12-inch pizza pan, and an 8-inch cake pan.
Okay.
So are there any items on that list, Nick, that surprised you?
One, yes. You said Pine Sol. Now, is that because Pine Sol is a brand? So it seems odd that like Pine Sol brand cleaner of that type is at the dollar store.
No, Nick. No. Well, all I will say is Pine Sol is more like Xerox these days or Kleenex. It's like for any of that
Oh, all right.
sort of,
all
but
right.
there is like that pine scented cleaner at
Yeah.
the dollar store, but
Okay,
it may or
okay.
may not be Pine Sol brand.
Okay. Okay. All right. Then other than that, no, not surprised to hear anything.
But I will say, Nick, that those are some good buys, and your consolation prize is coffee filters.
Can I see these coffee filters? I
Well,
want to
Nick,
make sure it's actually the right size here.
if it's not, then that's okay. If you don't want those, I can give you a number 3 and a number 8 pencil as a consolation prize because I have no use for them because I can only use number 2 pencils at work.
Oh, okay. All right. I don't think I have a use for those either.
Well, that's okay, Nick. I don't think anyone does.
Okay. Very good. Very good.
So, Nick, I have bad news for you. It's time
Oh,
for
bad.
your final joke of the week.
Oh, well, it's Labor Day. It's a holiday, so the joke took the day off.
Well, Nick, I don't think that's how it works.
It's how it's working. That's how it's going here.
Well, Nick,
There's no
I
joke.
don't think that's how it works. The struggle is real.
It is, yes, and there's no joke.
Yeah, it's no joke.
Exactly.
I don't think that you can joke about the joke of the week.
Well, regardless, the joke of the week took the day off because it's Labor Day.
Well, that wasn't a very good joke, Nick.
Oh, well, hey.
I will say that I think that I have a good Labor Day joke for you, Nick.
All right.
So, why are locksmiths allowed to remain open on Labor Day?
Because they're key workers.
Well, Nick, no.
No.
Nice try. See
Okay.
you next week, everyone. Oh my.
Oh boy.
You know what this is, Nick?
I guess you're trying to stay strong and fake us.
Wait, what are those like turnovers or?
Oh my. I don't know what to say.
I don't either. They look good.
They're
They're Rangoons.
no, they're samosas.
Oh, okay.
Oh my. See you next week, everyone. The struggle